Coming up on this edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle, we'll recap a couple of games up north for the Seahawks, a key game against the Drexel Dragons last Thursday. Our Pepsi player profile is Donovan Newby. We'll have that coming up today. Our Flying Machine Play of the Week, the Player of the Week, and we'll look ahead to the final two games of the regular season, both at home for the Seahawks coming up here today. Stay with us. Another edition comes your way of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle. Well, UNCW, the final road trip of the regular season last week against Drexel and Delaware. Mike Vaccaro here, Takeo Siddle with us. And Coach, again, you go on the road. You guys have been so good on the road, but it's amazing that it was a last road trip last week after it started in Chapel Hill. It seemed like it was yesterday that you were in Chapel Hill.
It does. It seemed like we just started playing, but you know, that's why I always tell you we try to take it one day at a time and not look too far ahead. I thought, you know, going on that road trip was important. For us, in a lot of ways, we needed that game more than anything, and I thought our guys really executed.
Yeah, Drexel became the game because you knew going in, if you won this game, you would secure a top 4 spot in the conference tournament. So let's talk about this matchup here going into it and some of the talent that they have. Amari Williams, the big guy in the middle, really good, and I know he was a focus of you guys defensively.
Yeah, he was somebody that we talked about for the majority of the scout. You know, he's a game changer defensively, and then offensively he's a handful. So we knew we were going to have to be very sound on both ends when we attacked them on offense, when we were defending them. We knew we had to try to get around him as much as possible, and I thought we did a really good job of it.
Very low-scoring game, 2 defensive-minded teams, and it took 2 extra periods, 2 overtime win for UNCW. This was a grinded-out type of game, and as you mentioned afterwards as well, a game against one of the top 5 teams in the conference, confidence-wise, big for you.
It was, Mike. We haven't won a game against the upper half of the league. We only played 3 of them. We only had 3 opportunities, but this was another great opportunity for us, and I explained it to the guys. We needed a statement win. We needed that win for a lot of different reasons. You talked about it. Being able to secure a top 4 seed in the CAA tournament was important. But, you know, I thought our guys came out. We were locked in. It took us a couple overtimes, but we got it done.
Yeah, fun game in a tough place to play, the DAC, where Drexel had not lost a conference game this season. Let's take a look at our highlights from last Thursday in Philadelphia. 72-71, the final score there. Coach, so many big moments in this game, but Trezarian White, a double-double, third of the season for him, 26 points and 12 rebounds, 26 points, matching his career high as well. He was really good in this game, certainly, and you needed every one of those 26 points.
Yeah, he played with a chip on his shoulder. He played like a guy on a mission, and we needed him to play that way. You know, down the stretch, we just kept going to him, and he kept delivering for us, whether he was making plays for himself or for his teammates. You know, he played a really good game. Give his teammates a lot of credit for accepting him in the role that he's developing in, and they got him the ball at the right times in the right spots, and you know, we leaned on him a lot, and he delivered for us.
Nick Farrar, another guy who had a big night, as he had a career night, 19 points behind 5 of 7 shooting from three-point range. Coach, he had a total of 6 threes heading into this game, but he was on fire.
He was, Mike. We knew he would have opportunities, wide open opportunities, and we told him that going into the game. And he always works on his three-point shooting, and he's one of our better three-point shooters. He has a really good touch from beyond the arc. We knew he would have open looks with the way that they use Amari Williams, and he stepped in and made him when we needed him the most.
Also, a good number, just 11 turnovers in this game. I know you haven't been happy with some of the elevated numbers in that department, but this was a game where you needed to take care of the basketball.
Yeah, they turned us over about 6 times in the first half. Sometimes we have halves like that, mostly in the first half where we turn the ball over a lot, and then in the second half we take care of it. But I can live with 11. I'd rather get it down to about 8 or 9. But we had 11 assists as well, so that was good. You know, we shared the ball really well. Late down the stretch, we took care of it when we needed to.
Yeah, so again, UNCW, big win, a win that secured one of the top 4 spots in the conference tournament in D.C. The Seahawks get the victory on the road at Drexel. We'll take a break here. When we get back, we'll talk about the next game on the road for the Seahawks against the Delaware Blue Hens. Stay with us.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you, where there's a great selection in stock. Now, get F-150 with 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,500 bonus cash, and take advantage of complimentary premium maintenance care offers.
There's only one thing better than the Philly cheesesteak, the Philly cheesesteak breakfast burrito. That's sliced ribeye, roasted peppers, onions, melty cheese sauce, and fluffy eggs, all wrapped in a fresh tortilla. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. You got to give me a fight. Why don't you just let me be? Got to catch a leg. Oh, I got to work out. I'm alright. Don't nobody worry.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor, delivering a bold citrus kick. Do.
There's only one thing better than the Philly cheesesteak, the Philly cheesesteak Angus thick burger. That's sliced ribeye, roasted peppers, onions, melty cheese sauce, and char-broiled Angus beef. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
Well, after the win in double overtime Thursday at Drexel, quick turnaround for UNCW Saturday afternoon at Delaware. Coach, that quick turnaround, I mean, that was important here, the way you guys handled it. Talk a little bit about that, if you would, how you went from Thursday to Saturday and made sure that your kids got some rest.
Yeah, with the double overtime game, the main thing was for them to get rest, and for us to put tailor our schedule around that, get them recovery, make sure they get hydrated. So we got them up a little later, had breakfast around 10 o'clock, watched a little bit of film, let them rest up a little bit more. We left the hotel about noon and got on the road to head to Delaware. And when we got there, fed them, got them back to bed, let them sleep for a while. I want to say they got about 4 or 5 hours of rest, and we did a little bit more scouting, got them in bed early. It was so important. Even without the double overtime game, it's important to get them rest with that day in between. Some coaches would have went out on the floor and had them on their feet. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to make sure they got rest so we could have energy going into the game on Saturday.
Yeah, you come to this part of the season, certainly the legs get a little weary at this point, but you go into this game, it was senior night, but it was a junior, Jameer Nelson Jr., that really stood out for Delaware in this game. He was really good, and I know you made a point to kind of talk to him after the game as well.
What a special player he is. He was really, really good. That was easily the best game he's played, probably in his career at Delaware. Hate that it had to be against us, but when you're going through something like that, obviously you want to be on the winning side, but you just kind of sit back and enjoy it. He's special. He'll have a chance to play at the next level at some point in his career, but we couldn't do anything with him. We let him get comfortable early. He made some wide open shots, and then at that point it was, we were just hoping for the worst when he shot the basketball. From that point on, and he put him on his back and got the win for him.
Yeah, they went up 20, but the Seahawks did give it a late run, a late push here in this contest. Just would not be enough for UNCW again Saturday at Delaware. Let's take a look at our highlights from inside the Bob Carpenter Center in Newark, Delaware. (75-66) the final score there. Delaware gets the victory over UNCW. The Seahawks settled for the split on the road here this past week, but Coach Trazarian White, 20 points again for him. He's been really good. And then you get 14 apiece from Donovan Newby and from Leak Harden-Hayes. Harden-Hayes, the numbers had gone down a little bit. He has a nice game. And then Donovan Newby, he's steady. He doesn't have to score to contribute, but he did in this game.
He did. I thought it was important, as I look back at it, for those two guys to get going. Over the past month, it's been very inconsistent with guys scoring a basketball for us. But as of late, over the last couple of weeks, 3 weeks maybe, we've had Amari Kelly play well. We've had Trazarian start to get his mojo back. Malik having the game that he had to get going. Donovan having a few games to get going. Hopefully at some point, you got to talk about Shaquem as well.
Yeah.
Hopefully at some point here soon, hopefully this week and leading into the tournament, everybody will start playing well at once, and we'll be hitting on all cylinders, and I think that'll make us a really scary team.
Yeah, certainly will with those guys, the potential they have. Again, we saw some of that against Delaware on Saturday, just not enough to overcome that 39-point effort from Jameer Nelson Jr. So again, the Seahawks, though, with that loss, still secure that top 4 spot in the conference tournament. We'll take a break here. When we get back, our Pepsi player profile today is Donovan Newby. We'll have a sit down with him when we return. Stay with us. It's the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, my name is Dr. Claude Jarrett with Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here on UNCW's campus for your Medical Minute. Here in Wilmington, we're lucky enough to have the ability to enjoy a lot of outdoor sports and activities, such as our lovely beaches. One of the more common injuries that we see this time of year are biceps tendon ruptures. The bicep tendon ruptures typically with eccentric load with heavy lifting by flexing the elbow. One of the best ways to prevent this type of injury is make sure you're lifting in a correct manner, using more legs, less arms. With Wilmington Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, our job is to help patients avoid long lines and expensive costs of the emergency room. We're able to tackle many orthopedic injuries such as acute traumas, fractures, and sprains.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Well, time again for another Pepsi player profile. Donovan Newby, our subject here today. Coach, another one of those transfer portal guys coming from Wisconsin, Milwaukee. How'd you find him? Because certainly he's a guy that throughout the year we've talked about him kind of being that calming influence when he's on the floor.
Well, when we hit the portal, we knew what we were looking for. We needed, we lost Jalen Sims, who played point guard for us last year. Great young man, hard worker, very skilled. So we knew when we hit the portal, we knew what we were looking for. He's a guy that really caught our eye. We watched a few games and we left it saying, man, he's very solid, very solid. We'll give Jamari Thomas some time to continue to develop as a basketball player. Donovan, we knew what we were getting with him, a solid basketball player that was skilled, that could make shots, that could run our team. And most of all, a great young man, high of character. His parents have done an unbelievable job raising him.
And as we talk about, he can score if he needs to, but he can really affect the game without scoring at all and be somebody who contributes for this team.
Yeah, you really have to know basketball and really, just appreciate just someone that just knows how to play with someone with great feel for the game. He doesn't have to score for us. If you look at the stat sheet, sometimes he doesn't have many stats, but the hockey assists that they don't put on there, the charges that he takes, the loose balls that he gets, getting us into our offense and making it run, smooth at times. It's, the communication, the leadership, everything that he brings to the table is sometimes it doesn't show up on the stat sheet, but he's very valuable for our team.
Yeah, that game against Drexel, one of those certainly kind of games for him where he contributed without having some of those big stats as well. John Smith has more now on Donovan Newby, our Pepsi player profile.
Welcome back. John Smith joined here by Donovan Newby, one of the new players on this team, a transfer in from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What was it about this Seahawk program that made you decide to commit?
One thing was definitely Coach Siddle and Coach K. They preached like how their culture was to me. That was a big thing with me and my family going somewhere where the culture was right, where even outside of basketball, they're teaching us to grow and mature as young men.
You come here and you've played under one system. How has it been in this off-season, preseason, leading into the season?
It's been a lot of fun. Definitely learning a new system, new calls and stuff like that. You know, coming from Milwaukee, it was slightly different, but it's been a lot of fun.
You come in and the coaches say that you may be one of the best three-point shooters on this team. Is that kind of something that you take pride in?
Yeah, definitely. Just growing up, because growing up I couldn't really shoot. So when I got with my trainer and my dad, that's one thing we focused on. And ever since about like 7th, 8th grade, I've been able to shoot from long distance at a high clip.
Big Chicago sports fan.
Yes, sir.
What does it mean to now be in the hometown of, what people consider the greatest basketball player of all time, Michael Jordan?
Man, it's definitely an honor just to know like this where he grew up and he made it out of here. Wilmington is a nice city. I like it out here. So yeah, it's definitely special.
For you as an older player coming in, how do you, kind of transition into whether you're a leader, vocal leader, non-vocal leader? How do you make that transition for some guys that have established their roles already?
I just come in, just do my part. Don't really try to take anybody's role or anything, but definitely come in where I know stuff, give my knowledge, my inputs, and things like that. So it's been a smooth transition, honestly.
Top to bottom, everybody said this roster is deep. How hard is it fighting for minutes in practice? Is that when it's all battled out?
Definitely. It's really hard because you got to come with your A game every day, or like you said, fighting for minutes, stuff like that. But then that makes the whole process fun when guys are like competing every day at a high level, and the only thing it's going to do is make us better individually and as a team. So yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, best of luck this season. Donovan Newby, we'll be right back.
This is Ford Truck Month, America. Time to get up and get into Ford F-Series, America's best-selling trucks for 46 years straight, including Ford F-150 and the all-new Ford Super Duty. Or check out Ford Maverick and Ford Ranger. So get into Ford Truck Month and see what a built Ford tough truck can do for you, where there's a great selection in stock. Now, get F-150 with 3.9% financing for 72 months plus $1,500 bonus cash and take advantage of complimentary premium maintenance care offers.
There's only one thing better than the Philly cheesesteak. The Philly cheesesteak breakfast burrito. That's sliced ribeye, roasted peppers, onions, melty cheese sauce, and fluffy eggs, all wrapped in a fresh tortilla. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. You got to give me a fight. Why don't you just let me be? Got to catch a leg. I'm alright. Don't nobody worry.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do.
There's only one thing better than the Philly cheesesteak. The Philly cheesesteak Angus thick burger. That's sliced ribeye, roasted peppers, onions, melty cheese sauce, and char-broiled Angus beef. Bite into the new Philly cheesesteak menu. Download the app and join My Rewards for exclusive offers.
Time now for the Flying Machine Play of the Week. We go back to that Drexel game. Nick Farrar on fire from long range. Here is one of those big shots late in the contest, our Flying Machine Play of the Week. Well, once again, our Flying Machine Play of the Week, part of those 5 threes that Nick Farrar had. Coach, that one late in that second overtime. And again, this is a guy throughout the season who's been instant offense. We've seen it more inside with the footwork, but did a great job knocking down 5 threes against Drexel.
That was a huge 3 for us. Every one of them that he made was huge, but that one in particular, you know, Donovan made that pass. Donovan got us into that set to deliver that pass to him. And, you know, his teammates did a great job finding him, and he stepped in and made a huge 3 for us.
Yeah, so again, our Flying Machine Play of the Week, compliments of Nick Farrar. Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week this week, Trezarian White once again. How about these numbers? 23 points a game, 10 rebounds a game in the 2 contests, shot over 54%, 90% from the free throw line, 20-plus points 4 of the last 5 games for him as well. And Coach, great offensive numbers, but I know you love the rebounds and also assists. He had 2.5 assists this week as well.
Yeah, I'm very proud of Trey. You know, his attitude's changed. His work ethic has increased. You know, he's playing hard on the defensive end. His teammates are doing a great job finding him and getting him the ball at the right times in the right spots. So very proud of him, and we need him to continue to play well for us to have success.
You can vote for him, but as we've talked the last couple of weeks, you certainly think he is all-conference caliber performance this season.
Yeah, he's certainly one of the top 15 players in this league. You know, if I had my way, I would vote him on the first team. I think the world of him. He's a really talented young man who has worked hard to develop his game over the course of last year, and you know, very proud of him right now, and I think he's definitely deserving of an all-conference vote.
Yeah, for UNCW, leads them in scoring and rebounding among league leaders in those categories as well. And once again, he is a Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. We'll take our final break. When we get back, we'll take a look at our Hardee's CA standings and look ahead the final 2 games of the regular season this week happening in Trask Coliseum. Stay with us.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon-wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Fortune with Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Excited to be on the UNCW campus today to talk to you about this week's Medical Minute. Shoulder injuries are extremely common in sports, recreational, and job-related activities. These injuries can range from chronic overuse injuries to traumatic injuries like shoulder separations, dislocations, and even rotator cuff tears. Sometimes injuries can be prevented, but sometimes with traumatic injuries they are not preventable. But we always talk about preventative strategies to try to limit their effects. One of the biggest things to consider is rotator cuff strength as well as upper back strength, in addition to good posture throughout your day. As always, if these symptoms persist, please come see us at Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Our goal is to support you with easily accessible world-class care for all your orthopedic and sports medicine needs.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Well, the final week of the regular season is here as we take a look at our Hardy CA standings. Coach, you're in the top 4. You don't know quite yet your seeding, likely 3 or 4, currently tied for third place for Towson, which means that game Saturday is going to be key. But again, you get to this point, the final week, and you still have something to play for, and it's got to feel good for you in this program to be in that situation.
It does. This is what you want. All right, you want to be. It's late February, so you want to be in a position where you're playing for something. And I tell the guys that all the time. You have to have an excitement when you come in the gym. You have to have the right approach, the right attitude when you come in the gym, because we are playing for something. We're very few teams that are playing for something right now. This is a big week for us, not only because we're playing for seeding, but to have an opportunity, to have a couple opportunities to get better as a team as we head into Washington, D.C. next week. So big week for the Seahawks.
Yeah, trying to get some momentum heading into that tournament. Let's take a look at our walk-ons. What's coming up for UNCW? Thursday at home against Stony Brook, second meeting with the Seawolves. That game at 7 o'clock. And then 7 o'clock on Saturday, senior night in Trask Coliseum against Towson. The only meeting with the Tigers. Again, that could be the game that determines 3 or 4 in the seeding. But, Coach, let's talk about Stony Brook first. This was a team on the road after a setback against Hofstra. This was a big win for you guys on the road and a big performance from Malik Harton-Hayes, who had 31.
A game that we had to have. We needed it for many reasons. Our confidence. It was another opportunity for us to grow as a team. We needed it to get our mojo back as a team. There was a lot of great performances in that game. I thought it was a total team win. First half, we didn't play particularly well, but we were right there. I think we had the lead going in at halftime. Then in the second half, Malik gave us a huge boost. His teammates did a great job screening for him, getting him open, getting him the ball at the right time. He delivered in a major way. He put us on his back and took us home. And, I was very happy after that game that we got to win.
And they're coming in here. They lost their last game, but only by 3 to Hofstra, which is currently the #1 team in the conference. So, you're going to get the best punch here from Stony Brook.
This is not an easy game. No game is easy, if you ask me. But this is not an easy game. They defend you in a different way. They pack it in. They make you beat them over the top. They're very physical. They do a great job defensive rebounding. On the offensive end, they have some bigger guys. They have about 3 7-foot guys. They have some really good guards. We're going to have our hands full. It'll be a fun game.
So again, Thursday, UNCW and Stony Brook. Saturday, UNCW and Towson. Both games tip at 7, and we'll have both of those for you, 6:45 on Flow Sports and 95.9 The Breeze as well. The final week of the regular season is here. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
For Takeo Siddle and our entire crew, I'm Mike McCarroll here. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for the final edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.